Hello everybody, and in this video, we're going to talk about one of my new favorite Neocaridina shrimp lines, the Red Riding Hood shrimp. Here's a nice little one. You can see where it gets the name, Red Riding Hood. We have a pretty plain, some of them will have a little bit of a blue tint to them, but then they have a red head that looks like a red hood, Red Riding Hood. And these guys have quickly become one of my favorites. I've had them about a year now, and I've bred them out. I don't know why this is not focusing. What in the world? Oh, there we go. I've had them about a year now, bred them out. They're on the website now. They're doing good. We set this 40-gallon tank up for them this summer, probably about 3 or 4 months ago. And so it is time to go through this tank. It's overgrown. We got to deal with the plants. We're going to deal with the plants, the moss. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of this plant. Oh man. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull everything out so we can see just the shrimp. And we're going to look for bad ones. Some will have just a little tiny speck of red on their head. Some will have a little tiny speck of red on their tail, which kind of makes them like a red rilly. These guys are super, super closely related to red rillies, since essentially what they are is red rilly without the red on the tail. That one is trying to be a red rilly. There's a little bit of hint of red on the tail. So we're going to be looking for the bad ones, and we're not going to kill them, obviously. Some people that are not familiar with shrimp keeping, like, oh my God, when I want to call a shrimp, oh my God, people could enjoy those shrimp. Why are you killing them? You monster. You horrible, horrible monster. Nope. No shrimp get killed. These will be going in the Skittles tank. The ones that we end up picking out. So we're going to get busy, start pulling out all this moss, figure out what's going on with the stem plants, and then we'll see what's going on with the shrimpies. All right, I think you guys can see the whole tank in shot. So this is what we're doing. Gotta reach in here and tear apart the moss. We're gonna try to get some organization here going. And you want to pull out just a little tiny bit of moss at a time. It's because we don't want to get the baby shrimp. And so the moss will go in a bucket full of water. And if we accidentally get any baby shrimp, then we can catch them out in the bucket later. Look at that. Ooh, I can't wait. See how many shrimpies are in here. All right. Nice. The moss in this tank did good. That is an understatement. So we're just, watch out, Shrimpy. I've been seeing lots of buried ones in here, and I've picked out a few bad ones that I've seen here and there. But to ensure we have the best quality shrimp that we possibly can have, every 3 or 4 months, I like to tear my tanks down, go through all the shrimpies, and see where we stand, and get any of the other ones out that I can't see. Because when we started this, we saw what, maybe 15, 20 shrimp. Now I'm pretty sure there's hundreds in here. At least I hope so. If there ain't, something's gone horribly wrong. We've seen babies, buried ones. And I think I've only sold 100 of these guys so far. So there still should be quite a bit here. This will be interesting. And the name of the plant, I was drawing a blank on, Pogostemon. Sitting there like a moron, drawing a complete blank on the type of plant it was. Man, this moss, I think I set this tank up, I want to say June or July. So this tank has been happy. The moss is beyond happy. Oh my goodness, this is nuts. Wow. Oh yeah, try to pick all the moss out of the Pogostemon. Let's see here. Alright, we'll do that when we deal with the plants. There's getting to be a lot. Pogostemon. This tank has had a little bit of algae pop up in it. Not too bad. And I've been dosing peroxide, hydrogen peroxide, to control the algae, so it's not too crazy. But there's a decent amount of shrimp in here. Not as many as I'd like to see, to be honest. But yeah, there's a lot in the back. So it's hard to tell when you got this much moss. I put a lot of moss on here when I started this tank, so it completely populated the entire tank really fast. So all this moss I pull out, after I pick through it, make sure there's not any baby shrimp in there, it'll go in my moss pond, where this moss, Pilo Moss, is available for purchase on my website, markshellyaquatics.com, and so are the shrimp and all the other goodies that I offer. I don't ask you guys for donations. I don't ask for this. I don't try to push memberships. Just buy stuff on my website. And if you're not in the US, just say thank you. If videos may have helped you somewhere along the way. So, if you want to support me and you like what I'm doing, check out my website, markshellyaquatics.com, and liking the video and subscribing to the channel goes a long way too. All right. Now that we got more and more of this moss removed, I think we're starting to get somewhere. Well, the only problem with that is the moss shaded out overtook some of the bottom parts of the Pogostemon. So some of the Pogostemon, the bottoms of them, are kind of faded off. So look at all that moss we got. Oh, I see shrimp in there. I see 2 shrimp. They're not even babies, so we'll have to go through that real good to make sure we get the shrimp that are in there. But this is what we got here. Look at all them shrimp. There's a bunch over here. Lots of buried ones. Love these guys. You see, they all look really good. Really good. Let's see if we can find a bad one to show you what we're going to be looking for. Let's see, this that one's red on its head. It's kind of weird. That one just has like a little red dot on its head. So those are the things we're going to be looking for. I really don't have a lot to complain about. There's one that just has a little tiny red dot on its head that we'll be getting. Really, pretty dang good, considering this is a pretty rare, hard to get line. A lot of times these kinds of lines don't breed super true, but I'd say well over 95%. And the ones you got to pull out a lot of times aren't even that bad. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to deal with the plants, the Pogostemon. All right, this is how I deal with stem plants. Okay, so you see this piece right here, the moss, where the moss is growing, it overtook and kind of shaded out. So we will just cut this little guy off and we'll toss that piece. It's trash. So we want, see, this one is kind of the same deal. So cut that off. And this big long empty stem, where does it terminate at? Right. It's the bottom branch of this plant here. Piece of trash that. A lot of times when you do that, it'll grow back. Okay. This one's kind of the same deal. Right there. Cut this empty stem off. If I can get it. See, where'd you go? Oh. So I got uprooted the whole dang thing. This one looks like kind of the same deal. The really tall ones kind of get obliterated at the bottom. And get some of this loose moss that grew up in there with it. Some of this moss out of our way. Let's see. Now, this is a great big huge stem. Right here. Oh man, that one's a monster. This one back here. These big ones still have some leaves on the bottom. Get those out of the way. This one is getting pretty big. That one's getting pretty decent sized. And we got one more monster back here. It's even good at the bottom because the moss didn't get back there in the back corner. All right. Now we have all these Pogostemons that we can propagate. And so what we're going to do, one is way too big. All right. So we're going to, let's see, that looks like a good spot. to chop that one. And I'm gonna, oh my goodness, tuck that guy back there in the back. This one is a nice size too. Put that in the back. Now this is the one that we chopped, but as long as we keep it pointing the right way, that will grow back. Now it's going to be ugly for a while, so that's why I will stuff it back there in the back. Alright, any of these? Yeah, this one's a little too long. We'll do the same thing with that one. Put back here. Alright, there. Did I do that wrong? I don't know. We'll just trash that one, because I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. Alright, this one's a great big guy. I think we got enough, so I'll probably just keep the top half. Propagating pogo stemming like crazy. Oh man, this one's a monstrosity as well. I think I'll do the same thing. Just keep the top part of it, which is what most people do. But if you're desperate and you're trying to propagate plants, you can do the middle part. You just got to make sure that you got it pointing in the right direction. Now this one's, that's a nice big one. We'll keep that one intact and stick it back there in the back. Let's see. This is a nice sized one. Stick that guy right there. Man, I knew there was getting to be quite a bit of it, but I didn't realize it was like this. This stuff grows super fast, and it's so skinny, so you can pack it in real tight like this. And it seems to still do pretty good. That one is pretty big. We'll knock that one down a few bits. And now we have our pogo stemmen forest in the back corner. I'm digging it. Try to get some of this loose moss over here by the filter. All right. Now on to the next step, dealing with the shrimpies. So now we got the pogo stemmen forest in order. And look at all these shrimpies all through the tank. We're going to put an algae wafer right here, right there at the front, in the middle. And this will gather them all up. And then we'll be able to see the winners and the losers, the good ones from the bad ones, and pick out the ones we don't want. Let's get going. Okay, I've managed to pick out a handful. There really wasn't too many to go after. Now, I'm not claiming they've done it perfect, but I'm more than happy with what we've got here. Other than maybe a little less shrimp than I was hoping for. I moved that feed pile up here because where it was before, that's where we're trying to get. That's where we're going to be putting our moss. So waiting for these guys to clear out some where I had the algae wafers. They're still, hey, where'd it go? We smelled it. But hey, we moved it up here. All right. So now we got to get the moss put back in. We're going to put quite a bit of moss back, but we're not going to put all of it back. So let's get started on that. All right, moss time. All right. Now we got to shoo these shrimpies. Go, go. I'm going to start putting moss here. Go. Get out of the way. Get out of here, y'all. All right. I'll take this moss. We're not going to get too crazy putting tons and tons of moss back in here. Watch out, shrimps. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. And get just a pinch of sand. Hold it into place a little bit. Yeah. And we got this big hunk of moss. And I gotta get it stretched out because we don't want a huge fat pile. We want to watch out, shrimpies. Get out of the way, shrimpies. Watch out, shrimpies. Oh my god, shrimpies. Why are you doing this to me, shrimpies? I'm trying to make your lives better. Watch out, shrimpies. Alright. Well, we're going to get it clouded up by messing with the substrate some, but I guess you'll have that sometimes, now won't you? Alright. Then we want to get a nice, we still have this in here to deal with. Almost forgot. Alright. Watch out, shrimpies. Watch out, shrimpies. Gotta put a little bit more. We still want to leave the front of the tank mostly clear of moss and plants and all that. So then we can see our shrimp, so we can deal with our shrimp better. All right. So now we've got it stirred up a little bit. We'll wait a few minutes, a little bit for that to clear up. I did take some water out. So I'll do a water change. And then we'll see what we end up with here at the end. Oh man, all you guys saw was a blizzard. Alrighty. The tank is looking good. Now the moss kind of looks janky, but here when it only takes a couple weeks, it'll all be grown back together in one giant homogeneous clump. And I really didn't have to pick out too many shrimp to see here. Look at those guys. Wow. I really, really love these shrimp. I really do. So unique, so different, and so cool at the same time. All right, guys. There's another tank down. Another project. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.